Clive got a knock on his when he fell down. He got this on his elbow. It's been paining a little bit, so he's in the sub. I did not take did not take risk, And Rohit is booked for two yellow cautions. Okay, rest are the same team. In place of in place of Rohit, Rishton came, and in place of Clive, Elton. Okay.
Thank you, coach.
Okay.
Good afternoon, coach. This is your second big game of the season. This is your second big game of the season. You've already played Dempo before this. How do you prepare the boys mentally and physically for such an occasion?
So just want to answer you first regarding the big games. Like, yes, Churchill Sporting, Churchill Dempo, Sargongas. In Goa, definitely those are the big games. But now even the small club has been practicing much before, and there are no easy games in this GFA Pro League. So regarding the preparation for every match is an important match. So it's not a question of facing the big teams or the smaller teams. We prepare ourselves well.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. And tell us about your last game. It was a very convincing performance. Are you happy with the way the team's playing, especially attacking, and you haven't conceded so far as well? Tell us about that.
Yeah, like the credit goes to boys because they have been training hard on the training ground, and then those sort of things they just bring it on the ground. I'm here just to guide them, just to make them enjoy the game. So they are showing positive result and hope they do the best.
Okay. Any changes to your side today?
Yeah, because main defender Rajendra, he's had some ankle injuries, and on this stuff it's very difficult to just push him. So I'm just giving a rest, though he's on the bench and he's been replaced by Vikas.
Thank you, coach.
ওই কথা বলিনি তো আমি।
Hello, check. Hello. It's a super Saturday and it's a super clash as we get ready for Sporting Club de Goa to take on Churchill Brothers FC. Let's see what the coaches have to say before today's match. Good afternoon, coach. It's a big game today. It's your first real derby of the season. How do you prepare the boys mentally and the whole squad in itself?
Yeah, it's a tough match. We have prepared for them. Last year we were the champions. The year before we were joint champions with Churchill also. So this will be a good match. Our boys are excited. We have prepared for them. Let's see what is the result.
And can you give us some information on the injuries? Like we saw Clive last time going down, if Marcus is back, and if you have any changes in general.
Yeah, Marcus is not back, not yet come because his injury is a little bit serious. So he's given at least 4-week rest. Clive got a knock on his when he fell down. He got this on his elbow. It's been paining a little bit, so he's in the sub. I did not take risk, And Rohit is booked for two yellow questions. Okay. Rest are the same team. In place of Rohit, Riston came, and in place of Clive, Elton.
this is your second big game of the season. You've already played Dempo before this. How do you prepare the boys mentally and physically for such an occasion?
So just want to answer you first well, regarding the big games. Like, yes, Churchill Sporting, Churchill Dempo, Sargongas. In Goa, definitely those are the big games. But now even the small club has been practicing much before, and there are no easy games in this GFA Pro League. So regarding the preparation for them, say every match is an important match. So it's not a question of facing the big teams or the smaller teams. We prepare ourselves well.
That's good. That's good to hear. And tell us about your last game. It was a very convincing performance. Are you happy with the way the team's playing, especially attacking, and you haven't conceded so far as well? Tell us about that.
Yeah, like the credit goes to boys because they have been training hard on the training ground, and then those sort of things they just bring it on the ground. I'm here just to guide them, just to make them enjoy the game. So they are showing positive result and hope they do the best.
Any changes to your side today?
Yeah, because main defender Rajendra, he's had some ankle injuries, and on this stuff it's very difficult to just push him. So I'm just giving a rest, though he's on the bench and he's been replaced by Vikas.
These are the big games that we live for as fans, as players, as coaches. It is Sporting Club de Goa who take on Churchill Brothers live from the Dulair Stadium at Mapsa. We heard what the coaches had to say before this game. It's a big one early into the season. And that now we'll see how they line up, managed by Savio Vaz. This is Sporting Club de Goa. They are without centre-back Clive Miranda, and Alton Vaz comes in. Listen Cardozo also starts as Rohit Todar misses out due to a suspension. They line up in a 4-2-3-1 formation.
The lineup for Churchill Brothers. This number 5, Gwen Gomes. This number 7, Aaron Barreto. This number 9, Afdal Warigodan. This number 12, Asif Mullah. This number 16, Jovan Cardozo. This number 22, Kinan Almeida. This number 27, Saurav Mandal.
Here we see the match officials for today. The referee is Deepraj Salkekar, and Joaquim De Silva is the match commissioner for today. So we're live at the Dulair Stadium for this mega clash between Sporting Club de Goa and Churchill Brothers. Just waiting for the referees to lead out both the sides. And we're in store for a cracker of a game this afternoon. Both teams starting well in the Selval Goa Pro League. We've seen the attacking dominance from Churchill Brothers in their last game, netting 4 versus Youth Club of Manora, and Sporting Club de Goa as well with 5 points from their first 3 games. Referee Deepraj Salkekar leads out the sides, and his assistant referees for today are Mariano Rebello and Manish Oliveira, and the fourth official for this afternoon is Akash Telgu. formalities done between both the captains and the referee. And we can feel the excitement here in the stadium. It's not every day that these two top sides of Goan football take on each other.
The match commissioner for today, Joaquin Manuel de Silva.
Saw the energy levels between both camps during their warm-ups. And I'm sure we're going to see that throughout the 90 minutes as well. Churchill brothers lining up for a team photograph.
বলো তো শুনতে পাচ্ছে না শুনতে পাচ্ছে না বলে দিও
And there we see Ozan Silva and the Sporting Club de Goa players making their way on the pitch. Churchill brothers not in their usual red strip today. They're in their away blue kit. And the Orange Flames are in their orange jerseys, white shorts and orange stockings. So both teams having their final words, pumping their teammates up and getting ready for kickoff. Captain Ozan Silva solid at the back, and he'll be missing his centre back in front of him, Clive Miranda, who has been very good so far in the first 3 games. He fell a little awkwardly on his elbow in the last game, so not fit enough to start, but he is on the bench. And same with Rajinder Singh, the number 4 of Churchill brothers, who is not 100% fit. And we wait for referee Deepraj to get us underway. And we're off. 2 teams, joint champions in 2019-20, inseparable at the top 2 seasons ago, but separated by 6 spots in the previous campaign, are now with different fires fueling them. For Sporting Club de Goa, it's to assert their dominance with a hat-trick of Goa Pro League titles. For Churchill, it's to reclaim the title of being Goa's number 1, of being the champions of Goa. It's Sporting Club de Goa versus Churchill brothers, and it's time for a huge encounter here at the Selvagal Goa Pro League. Churchill brothers wasting no time. Saurav Mandal on the left trying to go against Brandon Gomes, and Brandon putting it out for what looks like will be a throw-in. We know both these sides always looking to take the attack to the opposition. We see Afdal very promising in the last game. The number 9, the big solid centre striker for Churchill brothers. Eventually he didn't get on the score sheet, although Churchill brothers scored 4, but he was very impactful and created a lot of chances for the Red Machine. You see the first foul of the game. Pushkar trying to get ahead of his man and pulling him back. Alton Vaz takes the free kick for Sporting, and it's Quan Gomes on the ball. Superb so far in the first two outings for Churchill brothers, and now it's Pushkar on the ball. Can he play it towards Afdal, and it's cleared away. Churchill brothers continuing where they left off in the last game. Very fluid in attack. And in this game, in the first couple of minutes, already testing out the Sporting Club de Goa defence, who are without Clive Miranda. So their centre-back partnership of Clive Miranda and Joel Colasso have been broken. So we'll have to see how they can cope up with it, how Alton Vaz can come in. We see quite a good press from the Orange Flames, but eventually the ball comes back towards Churchill brothers. Saurav Mandal trying to get away, but good piece of defensive work from Brandon. Yagya Kapoor started the last game in the left back position. He was also very impressive with his attacking runs down the left wing, and also defensively in that left channel. Afdal now on the ball. The ball has been played long by Kwan Gomes. He's found Saurav Mandal. Can we have the first chance of the game? Saurav plays it back to Yagya, who puts the ball into the box, and it's well dealt with by the Sporting defence. Here's Vikas, who makes his first start for Churchill this season. And Saurav Mandal had a bit of space on the left, but he's been caught offside. Scoring a brace in the last game, so he knows how it is and what it takes to find the back of the net so far in the Selval Goa Pro League. Sporting Club de Goa with a disappointing 0-0 draw in their last outing versus Guardian Angels Sports Club. Guardian Angels side did very well to keep them to a draw, and Sporting, with all their attacking prowess, just couldn't find the back of the net. They had quite a few chances, especially Rio Pietro Fernandez with 2 golden opportunities, but they'll put that behind them, and they'll be happy that they got their first clean sheet of the campaign in the last game. Asif now taking that, and as a first chance we see for Afdal on the ball, eventually losing it, and Dattaraj now tidying it up for Sporting. Kwan Gomes doing his defensive duties as always. He's everywhere in the midfield, attacking, defending, taking corners, taking free kicks. And speaking of free kicks, it's a free kick for Churchill brothers now. Afdal has gone down. And we can see that the Sporting defense are trying to get as close as possible to the big number 9, Afdal. He came on as a substitute in the first game versus Dempo Sports Club. Was really impressive, and after that it was no doubt that he had to start the next game, which was against Youth Club of Monora, and we saw that that paid off. Can this free kick pay off now for Churchill brothers? Kwan Gomes standing over it in the first 7 minutes of this game. Asif Ali Mullah is also over it. Kwan Gomes puts it into the box, and it's a header from Afdal, but it's just gone wide. And that is the first major opportunity of this game, which falls to Churchill brothers. Kwan Gomes showing his set piece ability with a good ball in. Afdal getting just a bit on it, but not enough to steer it towards the far post. And Ozen Silva and Sporting Club de Goa will want to just slow things down, get themselves into the game a little bit, get some passes flowing, because it's been a very good start from the team in blue. Kwan again doing very well, getting past his man, playing a long ball towards the right. It's Aaron Barreto. Aaron is looking for Afdal. Afdal gets ahead, but a good boot in. But there's a chance for Saurav Mandal. It's all happening. Brandon Gomes gets on the end of it. And eventually, Liston Cardozo tries to move away. Juan Gomes with a very good ball towards the number 7 Aaron Barreto, who opened the scoring for Churchill in their last game versus Youth Club of Marora. And Aaron Barreto and Afdal were very incisive in the final third. Now it's Akiraj Martins chasing, and Akiraj will somehow get onto the ball. Yes, he will. There was a bit of a missed kick by Vikas. Vikas somehow gets away from Akiraj and plays it to Pushkar. Vikas now on the ball, just a little jittery in the opening minutes, and that is bound to happen in your first game of the season. Juan Gomes wasting no time, and he's looking for Afdal, but Ozan Silva sweeps it away. So you can see that the intent is very clear from Churchill Brothers. They're going to try and play the ball over this new centre-back pairing for Sporting. And Aaron Barreto and Afdal are going to try and use their pace. Here we see it again. Afdal on the ball. He's going against Alton Vaz, and Vaz gives away a corner, but he won't mind that as long as he can deal with Afdal. It's the first corner of the game, and it goes to Churchill Brothers. Don't know where these first 9 minutes have gone. And that's what happens when two top quality sides take on each other. Aaron Barreto getting a talking to from the referee. Juan Gomes now over the ball for Churchill Brothers. He puts it into the box. Is there anyone there? It hits a couple of Sporting defenders. Eventually Ozan Silva comes to claim the ball, and it's all happening now. It's heating up between the players. Aaron Barreto was trying to get a foot in before Ozan Silva and eventually caught the goalkeeper. And now referee Deepraj has to step in as we see the replay. Juan plays it in. It hits a couple of bodies. And there we see Aaron Barreto catching the goalkeeper, who was catching the ball incidentally. But eventually, as things calm down, doesn't look like anyone has gone into the referee's book. Ozan Silva takes the goal kick long. It's headed away by Asif. Dattaraj now playing it towards Allen on the left. Allen is looking for Akiraj Martins but can't find him. Akiraj scoring 2 out of the 3 games that he's played. 2 very good goals from him, especially the one against Vasco from outside the box. Now it's Liston Cardozo looking for the through ball for Akiraj. Good run by Martins, but Vikas does well to intercept and now plays it out for Saurav Mandal. Will he use his speed? Instead he plays it to Afdal. Afdal on the left now. Will he cut inside and try to take a shot? It looks like he will. He makes some space and he takes a shot, and it goes just over the bar. Afdal very good and showing us how dangerous he can be. And Churchill Brothers are showing us how dangerous they are as a team, especially in the attacking third. 2 shots for the big number 9. And the Sporting defense have got to tighten up and get closer to Afdal. Ozan Silva with yet another goal kick, trying to find someone. Akiraj can't play towards a teammate, and Churchill Brothers are coming back, putting a lot of pressure on Sporting, but Sporting won't really mind. They are, of course, 2-time defending champions here of the Selval Goa Pro League. So they've been under pressure before and they know how to deal with it. Girish Nayak is forced to play a header backwards, eventually loses the ball. Joburn now looking for the ball towards the right. There's a chance now for Churchill, and eventually it goes straight into the hands of Ozen Silva. Churchill brothers have played 2 games. They've got 4 points from the first 2 fixtures. They've scored 4 goals as well. Their first game, a goalless draw versus Tempo Sports Club. It was a welcome point for both sides because you don't want to lose to your rivals, and that will be the case today, although both teams will be wanting to secure the 3 points and try and get a good early start at the top of the table. Yagya Kapoor playing it to Afdal, who's trying to go away once again. And that's a good touch from Liston. Now he's looking for Akiraj on the right. Akiraj doesn't have many people to pass to, but he'll wait for his teammates to come to him. He does do that. Akiraj just played it to Girish, and Girish plays the ball towards Stanley. Stanley plays it back, and it's a good challenge there from the captain, Keenan Almeida, to make sure that his side does not concede. And very good piece of play. Naik with a very good ball, eventually finding Stanley. Stanley playing it back towards Liston, who started the move, but Keenan Almeida sniffing out the danger and keeping the attack at bay. Keenan needs some treatment after that clash, as we see coach Savio Vaz for Sporting Club de Goa. Been at the side since 2014, where he was the assistant to the under-18 side, then taking over as head coach later. As you see the Churchill brothers dugout, coached by Matthias Costa. There we see him in our frame right now, who is the ex-head coach of Sporting Club de Goa. They parted ways in 2018-19, and incidentally Savio Vaz took over from Matthias Costa. So these two coaches knowing each other very well. And Matthias Costa, of course, knowing this Sporting side very well, as he was the head coach here for 4 years. Sporting now with possession, haven't really had much of it. Brandon plays it towards the right. Liston cuts in, plays a good ball through the legs of the defender. It's Akiraj now for the first time. See him carrying the ball, dropping back, playing it to Dattaraj. Dattaraj now for Allen, who overlaps and plays a long ball, but it goes over the top and doesn't really trouble Nora Fernandez, the goalkeeper of Churchill brothers. The only goalkeeper not to have conceded so far. He's got 2 clean sheets. And Alton Vaz plays it out for another corner, and Churchill brothers are being relentless at the moment. They want the first goal of the game. They're hungry for it, and Kwan Gomes is moving towards the corner flag to take it. Kwan Gomes takes it short. He's got Joban for company. Kwan plays it into the box. Will he find someone? Saurav Mandal plays it back, but it's cleared away very well by the Sporting defence. Pushkar now with it, and good pressure from Akiraj Martins, eventually earning his side a throw-in. Good piece of defensive duty there, first by Alton Vaz and then Joel Colasso, the centre-backs pairing up well to clear it away. And it's another player down. Looks like Pushkar did clash with Akiraj and went into one of the boards on the sidelines. So he'll need some attention from the physio. Sporting Club de Goa, of course, reigning champions of the Selval Goa Pro League. Churchill Brothers, who are not as convincing last season. They finished 7th with 15 points in the last campaign. So they'll be trying to get themselves atop of the table this time round. Everybody, every team eyeing that top spot and the title of Goa champions. Play resumes and it's cleared away by Kieran Almeida. And now Akiraj with a good touch. Dattaraj trying to play towards right, towards Liston, and eventually Yagya does well after a heavy touch. Kwan Gomes now tries to do what he did last time, but Girish saw it coming. Girish has been brought down by Kwan. He didn't see that tackle coming, and Kwan Gomes just leaving a bit of afters on his central midfield opponent, who is a bit cut up. And now there's a chance for Sporting Club de Goa to try and test Nora Fernandez and the Churchill Brothers defense. We see quite a few people coming to the stands today, as always, but more in numbers because it's a big clash between these two top teams in the Selval Goa Pro League. Stanley Fernandez, the number 7, standing over it for Sporting Club de Goa. He plays the ball into the box, but nobody really attacking it, and Nora Fernandez picks it up, throws it long. Liston now trying to get away, but a good tackle from Saurav Mandal. Tries to get Dattaraj, but fouls him in the process. And now we're seeing more of Sporting Club de Goa in the opposition half. They want to put some more balls into the box. Brandon Gomes now, the right back, playing it into the box. It's cleared away well by Asif. Eventually it falls to Stanley. Stanley takes a shot and it is a deflection, and it is a corner now for the Orange Flames. Stanley, as always, very dangerous in the attacking third, always looking to take a shot or make an incisive pass. Sporting now with their first corner. Girish Nayak on the ball. He plays it, and eventually Kwan got a touch on it. Is there a chance now? There is a shot being taken by Joel Colasso, but nothing really of any substance for the team in orange. Ozan Silva plays it long, doesn't find an orange shot. Joban looking for Aaron Barreto, who keeps the ball well. Eventually the number 7's going at it, and Stanley winning that battle. A long ball now for Rio Peter Fernandez to chase, but Vikash sees it out and does his duty. We're almost halfway through the first half here at the Dulair Stadium. Churchill Brothers having more of the clear-cut chances, but Sporting Club de Goa getting into the game slowly, finding their feet. And once they start passing it around, they are a very good side, Sporting. And here we see Stanley on the ball, down the left wing. He cuts inside, beats a couple of players, but Kwan Gomes, as always, is there to win possession back. And eventually, Stanley gives away a foul. Kwan Gomes doesn't waste any time, takes it quickly, but the ball was rolling. So, referee Deepraj Sangilkar tells him to retake it. There we see the foul from Stanley on Asif Ali Molla. Yakia Kapoor trying to play the pass. Pushkar eventually doing well. Doesn't take the option to his left. Eventually cuts back and plays it to his left. Yakia trying to play it to Pushkar, but the ball has been pushed out. Brandon with the long throw. Vikash clears it away. Saurav Mandal now. Will he show us a bit of his pace? Eventually he is brought down and he gets a free kick for his side. Brandon bringing him down. There we see a strong challenge from the Sporting right back. Looks like Yagya Kapoor will be taking this free kick. He plays it into the box and Ozan Silva comes to punch it. Doesn't punch it convincingly, but Stanley clears it away. And Asif was leaning on Akiraj Martins. So it's an orange ball. There we see Ozan coming out early and his defenders made way for him, but eventually getting enough of contact on the ball and steering it away. 5 fouls apiece, and it's 0 goals apiece as well in the first 25 minutes. Here in what has been quite a fast-paced, exciting game, and we're waiting for our first goal. Brandon plays it towards the Churchill Brothers box, but it's cleared by Keenan. And then Aaron and Avdal chasing it, but good piece of defensive work from Joel Colasso, playing it back to his goalkeeper. Alton Vaz looking for Liston Cardozo, but Vikash doesn't take a chance and plays it out for an orange ball. Nora Fernandez hasn't been tested yet. Liston now with a chance to cross it, decides not to, plays it towards Girish Naik, and now it's Rio. A good triangle pass being formed by Sporting, but nothing coming off it. Brandon now with a throw well cleared away by Kwan, and then Saurav. Now Aaron gets a touch on it, and it's quite an ambitious strike from Alton Vaz. Goes way over the top and into the north stand. Sporting Club de Goa were playing a bit of a high line, but they've realized that the Churchill attackers were running in behind, so they've gone a little deeper now. Saurav Mandal on the left taking on Rio Peter Fernandez, who's trying to trouble him and stop him. Eventually does a good job, and it's cleared away by Brandon Gomes. Churchill brothers, of course, the only Goan team to represent the country in the I-League at the moment. They were the 2020-2021 I-League runners-up as well. Heartbreaking for them, coming second via goal difference to Gokulam Kerala. And Mateus Costa, who is the head coach today, was the assistant coach, part of that squad which came ever so close to lifting the I-League title. And now there's a chance for Afdal, but Ozan Silva clears it away very well, again showing us why he's one of the best keepers in the league, not only because of his shot stopping but because of his positioning. And Afdal has gone down. He tried to take it on his chest but wasn't able to. Eventually Stentley somehow tripping over the ball, managing to keep it, but he's lost it now and he's won it back. Stentley Fernandez, no questioning his work rate, very good even defensively. As we see the ball towards Afdal, was played well, but Ozan Silva doing a superb job to come and clear it. Afdal now wins another corner, and Alton Vaz sticking close to Afdal, making sure he can't twist, turn and show his pace that he usually does. And it looks like it's the first cooling break of the afternoon here. It's a hot day in Mapsa in Goa, and the teams need to hydrate. As you see, the fans, doesn't matter how the climate is, they will flock to the stadium and catch a glimpse of the Goa Pro League action. Savio Vaz having a word with his team, and we see someone getting some attention from the physio here at the Dulair Stadium, the home of the Selval Goa Pro League, hosting all the matches every day. It's match number 15 today, and we've had some really good, close, dramatic encounters so far this season, and I'm sure there are more to come. We will resume with a corner for Churchill brothers, so Sporting Club de Goa have to concentrate from second one and make sure they deal with this corner. No surprises who's taking the corner for Churchill brothers. It's Kwan Gomes. Let's see what he can deliver this time round. Ozan Silva has been solid so far. He has to deal with this corner. Kwan Gomes for Churchill, plays it into the box, and it's a header, and it's just not been able to find a final touch. Hasn't gone to the back of the net. We'll have to see who that was, and Sporting Club de Goa will breathe a sigh of relief, eventually not conceding, but they have to deal with this once again. Afdal now on the right, he's skipping left, he's skipping right, getting some space, playing it to Kwan Gomes. Kwan Gomes is dangerous from there, and he's taken a shot, but it's collected comfortably from Ozan Silva. Very good chance for Churchill Brothers. Good ball from Kwan Gomes. There was a header by Saurav Mandal, and eventually Asif Ali Mullah couldn't get on the end of it. In fact, he was just too quick for the ball. He went into the post before the ball could even come to him. Stentley now for Sporting, as we see the shot from Kwan Gomes, not really catching it. I think he was looking for the outswinger, moving away from Mosin Silva towards the left corner, but wasn't able to steer it in. As we see the crowd here at the Relay Stadium, it's a weekday, it's a weekend, I beg your pardon, and they're here no matter what it is, weekdays, weekends, every day coming to watch the action. And now Pushkar with a chance, and eventually just towing it. Not sure why he didn't take a proper swing at the ball, and here we see the replay. You got to take it with your left foot there, but he's not really wanting to take it on his weak foot. There's a chance now for Saurav Mandal. Aaron Barreto with the shot, he will take it, and it goes over the top. And Mosin Silva not really tested once again by Churchill Brothers, and their chances are coming thick and fast. The strength of Sporting Club de Goa has been their intricate passing through the midfield. Not really known for their long balls and their strikers chasing it. Especially they don't have Marcus Mascarenhas, their top striker from the last 2 seasons. He's out with injury, so struggling a bit to make their way upfield and try and create some chances. As there's another foul called on Kwan Gomes. He's got a talking to from the referee, and I think that will be the last warning for Gomes. He's had quite a few fouls already, so another one and he may just be in the referee's book. Sporting Club de Goa, of course, 6-time Selval Goa Pro League champions. They are also the reigning Goa futsal champions. So whether it's 5-a-side or 11-a-side, they are at the top at the moment. Yakya getting caught off the ball. Akiraj Martins, can he take a shot? He passes it to Rio Peter Fernandez, who takes too much time on the ball and eventually holds off Kwan Gomes, but referee asks them to continue. Pushkar plays it towards Joburn. Joburn now cutting back inside, and the sting of the attack has gone, but Vikas calms it down, eventually plays the long ball. He's looking for Joburn. Joburn now eventually has been called offside, although there was a touch from the Sporting defense. Joburn still being called offside. Sporting Club de Goa, of course, champions of the National Football League in 2002-2003 season. Once it was rebranded to the I-League, falling short on a couple of occasions. In 2008-09 they were third, and in 2004-05 campaign they were runners-up, just falling 2 points behind Tempo Sports Club. So coming agonizingly close on a couple of occasions to the national title. Churchill Brothers, of course, the 2008-09 season champions of the I-League. back when Goan football was at its peak, winning the I-League so many times, 6 times in a row did Goan clubs win the I-League from 2007-8 to 2012-13 seasons. As we see the push on Saurav Mandal. So Goan football will be looking to get back on top at the national level. Of course, in the Indian Super League, FC Goa is keeping the flag high. But back to the Selwell Goa Pro League, we're inching closer towards the 40-minute mark. Still no goal here this afternoon. Both these teams so good in attack, but not really being able to get any chances, cancelling each other out at the moment. Quite a bit of confusion now between the players and the referee and the officials, and eventually it looks like it's going to be a yellow card dished out to Aaron Barreto. We'll have to check the replay and see why he was given the yellow card, but he's taking it without any real protests. Crossfield ball played towards Liston Cardozo, but a bit too long for him. And the long ball not really working for Sporting. It has been working decently well for Churchill Brothers. And another foul by Aaron Barreto. He's just gone into the referee's book. And a slight push on Brandon. Ozen Silva playing another long ball, looking for Liston. Liston managing to get a throw in. Brandon now playing it down the right. Is there a chance? Vikas has come well into this game. He slotted in for Raju and done a good job. Looked solid at the back along with Keenan Almeida. Five minutes to go in regulation time here in the first half. And Saurav Mandal is looking for another long ball, eventually cleared away by Alan Pixoto. Good defensive header there from Keenan. Avdal plays it towards the right. Joban and Avdal combining there, and eventually Avdal's cross blocked. Is there a chance now? But it's played backwards. Kwan finding Yagya. Yagya, will he play the ball into the box? He will. But it's tidied up and cleared away. And cleared once again by Joel Colasso. He's not happy with his clearance. Clearing it towards the corner flag and giving Churchill Brothers another opportunity to try and put something into the box. Will we see a long throw from Yagya? Yagya to Pushkar. Pushkar pushes it through the legs and with a very tidy nutmeg plays the ball into the box, but again well dealt with by Sporting Club de Goa. Akiraj now trying to run at Asif Ali Mullah, and Asif says you're going nowhere. And wins the ball and also wins his side a throw in. Very good work by the number 12 for Churchill Brothers. Sporting pressing high up the pitch, but Churchill doing very well to keep possession. Playing some good passes. And eventually ball has gone to Aaron Barreto. He's looking for Afdal. Afdal is asking for, I think, a handball, but the referee says no. Referee eventually halts play because there is a player down. It looks like it's Joburn. As we see the onlookers here at the Dulair Stadium waiting patiently for the first goal of the game. Will we see it before the half-time break, or are we in for an exciting second half? Both these teams not really committing enough players up front to try and get a goal. Of course, they don't want to be open at the back, so that's fairly understandable. Alan Pixoto plays it towards Akiraj, but Keenan Almeida gets, and eventually there is a chance now. It's taken, but lazy defending from Churchill Brothers. It looked like it would be an easy clearance. Eventually the ball falling to Liston Cardozo, and Yagya Kapoor didn't want to take a chance and clear it. In case he caught his opponent, it would have been easier for him to just head it away, but nothing really coming of it for Sporting Club de Goa. So we see the fans watching from the north stand. Matthias Costa having a word with Aaron Barreto. As we see the Lavinia Ribello north stand in honor of the ex-vice president of the Goa Football Association. Unfortunately, he is no longer with us. Savio Vaz will be wanting his team to be a little more incisive in the final third, but I'm sure he'll have a word with them during half time. Alton Vaz with a very good header away, same by Vikas. And Liston Cardozo showing some pace, playing it towards the left. Stanley with quite a heavy touch, not really like him. And Akiraj now has a chance to shoot. He does shoot, but it's well blocked by Vikas, throwing himself in front of the shot and making sure that it doesn't go towards his goal post. We've learnt earlier that you can't give Akiraj Martins an easy shot. As we see 3 minutes of added time in the first half of match number 15 between Sporting Club de Goa and Churchill Brothers. Can either team try and get themselves ahead before we go into the halftime break? Joburn does well to get away from his man, plays it to Saurav Mandal. Saurav looks for Aaron Barreto, he keeps it under control. Pushkar now plays it backwards. Kwan Gomes is free, but they decide not to use him. And eventually Kwan does get the ball, but can't play a forward pass. Asif with the ball in the channel, and Aaron Barreto can't make the most of it. Well done by Alton Vaz. Again, he slotted in well for the injured Clive Miranda. Now Brandon playing it long, not taking any chances. It looks like we will have a goalless first half, unless these teams can bring a spark of brilliance, can bring something to the table. Liston Cardozo doing well, and eventually a good tackle from Yagya, but Sporting still have the ball. Very tentative to go up front actually. Sporting Club de Goa not really playing with any fluidity. Kwan Gomes picks it up, and we have 1 minute to go. Can Churchill use this attack and get themselves ahead? Kwan plays it down the right, but a good piece of dropping back from Alan Pixoto. Referee Deepraj Sangelkar has done well to communicate with the players, tell them to keep themselves in check. And Afdal now holding up the ball very well, eventually getting the better of both his opponents, but committing a foul in the process. Another long ball not really working, and not really working for either side in the first half. We go into the break 0-0 here at the Relay Stadium, as it's Sporting Club de Goa and Churchill Brothers are both tied at the break. Here we see the statistics brought to you by Instat. Ball possession more or less equal, 51% for Churchill Brothers. We see quite a few shots taken from either side. 2 shots on target for Churchill, but none so far from Sporting Club de Goa, which is unlike them. Hopefully we see some more shots on target in the second half from both sides. Akiraj taking that one shot from outside. Alton Vaz from distance. Rio Fernandez also trying one. Same with Joel Colasso and Liston Cardozo as well. But as you can see, it's too far out to try and test Nora Fernandez. They've got to make their way into the opposition box and get some shots in. On the other hand, Churchill Brothers, Afdal started off very well, but eventually not really getting a clear-cut chance. He took 2 shots. Barreto, Kwan Gomes, Saurav Mandal and Pushkar with 1 each. Just the 6 fouls so far, and the referee doing well to keep a check on the game. Many of the fouls coming in not a very dangerous area, so Sporting won't mind. Eight fouls for Churchill Brothers. And Aaron Barreto with 3 of them going into the referee's book, with the only yellow card of the game so far. Kwan Gomes with 2 and the rest of them with 1 each. So it's 0-0 at halftime here in the Dulair Stadium. Join us after the break for the second half between Sporting Club de Goa and Churchill Brothers. Welcome back to the second half in the Selval Goa Pro League match number 15 as Sporting Club de Goa are taking on Churchill Brothers. It's still 0-0 at the break and we await the referees to get us underway for the second half here at the Dulair Stadium. Not many chances on either end, so the coaches would have had a word with their teams and asked them maybe to try and push up field and create more chances. So hopefully we'll have an exciting second half. There we see the goalkeeper and defenders chatting with each other. Vikas and Keenan Almeida have been very good at the back. Nora Fernandez not really being tested, and that's because his defense has been solid in front of him. There you see both teams just having a word, having a final huddle before we start the second half. Churchill Brothers have been more fluid of both the sides, but haven't scored as yet, as we see Clive Miranda making his way onto the pitch. He didn't start the game, but it looks like he's okay to play at least 45 minutes. We see his elbow wrapped up there. Maybe a shift in the formation for Sporting Club de Goa. Clive Miranda is replacing Dattaraj Gaunkar, the number 19, who is a midfielder. So we'll have to see if they play three centre backs at the back, or if one of the centre backs move into midfield. And we're underway in the second half as Churchill Brothers play the long ball and get us started. It's still 0-0 between Sporting Club de Goa and Churchill Brothers. These two giants of Goan football locking horns early on in the league. It's only the first 15 games and we're already seeing these two play each other. Saurav Mandal just fouls Liston Cardozo in the opening seconds of the second half. There's a long ball played towards the Churchill Brothers defense, but it's cleared away. Will we see more intent in this half? Already a good ball from Allen, just testing the defense, seeing if they're alert and up to the task. Stenley now on the ball, plays it back to Allen, who's looking for Rio Fernandez but couldn't find him. And a good flick on there from Aaron Bretto. Abdul is on goal. Abdul, can he make it 1-0? And he can't. He's put it wide. Good piece of defending there from Alton Vaz. And Abdul has missed a clear-cut opportunity. And he'll be very disappointed with that. Just couldn't get the ball out of his feet. Couldn't take the shot. Ozan Silva doing well to come up and make the angle a difficult one, but it was all Alton Vaz who did superbly well, and he's getting an applause from his goalkeeper, and why not? Very good defending from him, tracking back. He was a little behind Afdal on that occasion, but showed his pace, got himself back and made sure that Afdal's shot was wide and not enough to get into the back of the post. So good chance for Churchill Brothers. Again, they started well in the first half but weren't able to score. As you see, Yagya Kapoor winning the free kick, going in for a header. Now it's Saurav Mandal, ball is played in once again. It comes to Afdal, but he take it on the volley. He does take it, but it's gone straight into the hands of Ozan Silva. Afdal Varikodan hasn't had many clear-cut chances so far in this league, but the last one was really a good opportunity for him and he couldn't make the most of it. Now Liston Cardozo has gone down and it will be a good position for Sporting to try and put the ball into the box. See quite a few players over the ball for Sporting Club de Goa as Churchill try to sort themselves out at the back. Stenley is standing there, as is Girish Nayak. It looks like Girish will be taking it. Girish now for Sporting, plays it into the box. Does he find anyone? Yes, he does! And it is the first goal of the game! It looks like it's Clive Miranda who's just come on and the super sub has made it count. He's hurt his elbow but he's got the goal and that's all that matters. Sporting Club de Goa lead 1-0 courtesy of Clive Miranda. Really putting his body on the line as he always does, the big centre half, and injuring himself in the process. Great ball in by Girish and Clive with a diving header with a superb finish. Really steering it towards the bottom left corner and he was trampled by his teammate Alton Vaz, but they won't mind as long as the ball finds the back of the net. And you've got to question the Churchill defence, not really attacking the ball were any of the defenders. It was a very good delivery in between the defence line and the goalkeeper, and Clive Miranda with probably his first touch of the game, scoring his second goal of the season. And if your centre back is scoring goals as frequently as he is, you'll be very happy. Another good piece of defending from Joel Colasso. After Aaron Barrett to try to take a shot, eventually it will be a corner for Churchill Brothers. It looks like Joel Colasso is in a bit of discomfort and his teammates themselves helping him. And Churchill Brothers will be quite disappointed. They had a chance. That man on screen, Afdal, could have made it 1-0, but instead they're trailing, and Sporting Club de Goa will be very happy that they have got an early lead here in this second half. Yagya Kapoor taking the corner for Churchill. He's put it into the box and it's cleared away. Again, it's Clive Miranda, this time with a defensive header. Asif Ali Mullah decides not to play the ball long. Good piece of pressuring from Akiraj Martins. Now it is played long by Nora Fernandez, and both the defenders getting in each other's way. But clearing the ball, and that's the most important thing. Asif now playing it to Afdal, and a good clearance again by Clive. Rio playing the 1-2 with Stentley, looking for a crossfield ball, but goes straight to the keeper's hands. Yagya Kapoor plays it long. Aaron Bretto now. Aaron Bretto with a chance. Can he make it 1-1? And it's a good save by Ozan Silva. Afdal has a chance to shoot now. Takes it on his right foot, but a good piece of defending from Stentley. And it's another corner to Churchill. But Churchill brothers with another good chance for Aaron Bretto. Ozan Silva making himself big and getting the save off. Eventually, Aaron just kicking it straight to Ozan Silva. He's got to try and find one of the corners to make it tougher for the goalkeeper, but Churchill brothers are coming at it again. Kwan Gomes with the corner, plays it into the box. Ozan Silva parries it away. It's not averted, and eventually the header from Saurav Mandal goes wide, and Sporting Club de Goa can calm the game down. First 8 minutes in the second half, we've seen a lot of action already. We knew it was going to be a competitive game, and now it's living up to its expectations, especially with a goal in the first few minutes of the second half. Really making it an exciting matchup. Long throw from Brandon Gomes. Not sure if the ball went inside, so he may have to retake it. Now Clive Miranda, he's everywhere. He plays it through, but Vikas tidies it up. Eventually, Kieran Almeida plays it out, and Churchill brothers are not looking as steady as they were in the first half. Churchill trying to play the long ball, not really helping. Jobo now for Churchill. Good piece of pressure from the Orange Flames. And Yagya tries to play it outfield. He plays a good ball towards Afdal. It's cleared away by Alton Vaz. Allen tries to play it long. Pushkar now for Churchill. Plays it to Afdal. Afdal looking for Aaron Bretto, but he finds Joban instead. Joban's played to Aaron. Can Aaron get a shot off? He does get it, but a very good block. Superb defending from Alton Vaz. And Churchill brothers are coming closer and closer. Joban with a very good ball to Aaron. He could have tried to take it first time, but Alton Vaz not allowing him to do so. And a very good piece of defending once again from the Orange Flames. Kwan Gomes. Need a bit of inspiration from him, from Afdal, from the rest of them, if they're going to get back into this game. Asif beating quite a few players, playing the ball towards the left. It's a good ball towards Saurav Mandal, but Liston Cardozo does well to tidy it up, and eventually is not happy with the pushes from Saurav Mandal. Eventually, Liston Cardozo should not have made that push. And he's gone down now, maybe trying to avert a yellow card. Really not much in it from Saurav Mandal, but Liston Cardozo shouldn't have retaliated. We'll get a talking to from the referee. Savio Vaz the coach of Sporting Club de Goa, rallying his troops. They have the 1-goal lead. Can they hang on to it, or can they even double it? If you're a Sporting fan, you'll hope so. If you're a Churchill Brothers fan, you'll be waiting anxiously for an equalizer. Captain Ozan Silva plays it long. Clive Miranda, who looks like he is in the midfield, he's not playing as a centre-back, having come on as a substitute, but he wins his team another free kick. There we see a bit of an unnecessary challenge. I think it was Pushkar. Yes, it was. Confirmation. His second foul of the game. And Girish Naik, who's already got 1 assist, stands over the ball. He plays it deep, and there is someone there. It was Rio Fernandez, but Noah Fernandez does well, punches it out. Now Pushkar trying to get away, but Alton steps in, gets the possession back for Sporting. And now Brandon towards the right. Can he take a shot? He does take a shot, and Noah Fernandez just watches it wide, doesn't get a touch on it. It looks like it will be a goal kick, and that's the man on our screen, Clive Miranda, coming in and having an instant impact for Sporting Club de Goa. See the first substitution for Churchill Brothers, Saurav Mandal, who scored 2 goals in the last game, won't get another today. And he makes way for Trijoy Savio Dias, the number 14, coming on for Churchill Brothers. He is a forward, so he'll be trying to get a goal and get his team back into this game. Kwan Gomes plays it in. It's not really deep into the box. Pushkar twists and turns and finds some space. He plays it to Asif Ali Mullah, who's going to look for a shot from far out, and quite ambitious from the right back. He's got Aaron Barreto up front. He's got Afdal, but deciding not to play the ball into the box. Ozan Silva taking his time, getting a talking to from the referee. Eventually Ozan does take the goal kick, and Clive Miranda sandwiched by 2 Churchill Brothers players. Allen now playing it for Stanley. Stanley with a bit of space on the left. Can he put a ball into the box? He's going up against Asif. Stanley cuts onto his right foot, plays it back towards Akiraj, and good piece of defending from Kwan Gomes. Eventually it does come to Pushkar. Pushkar loses the ball, and the referee blows for a foul. Kwan Gomes has taken a blow to the head, and it's Allen who picks up a yellow card. The under-20 player for Sporting Club de Goa goes into the referee's book. Vikas now looking for the long ball, and it's not really going to trouble Ozan Silva. Very steady is the goalkeeper and captain for Sporting Club de Goa. He got 7 clean sheets last season. Kept his first clean sheet of the campaign in the last game versus Guardian Angel SC. If he can keep another one here, then his side will have the win. Girish with a good ball. Now we can see the passing prowess of Sporting Club de Goa. As I say that, they do lose possession. Kwan Gomes now plays it to the left. Joe Byrne has some space. He's looking for Aaron Barreto, but it was quite a loose ball. We've passed the hour mark here at the Dulair Stadium. Sporting Club de Goa with a 1-0 lead, looking for the victory against Churchill Brothers. But Churchill Brothers have enough time to get an equalizer and rewrite the script. Keenan plays it to Asif. Afdal laying it off to Asif very well. Good piece of play now from Churchill Brothers, and Afdal eventually won't be able to get onto the end of the ball, which was played by Kwan Gomes, but it was quite promising there for the team in blue. It's headed away and eventually cleared away from Yagya Kapoor. Brandon Combs plays it long. Akiraj Martin's got a touch now. Liston Cardozo trying to get the ball away but concedes a throw in. Another ball towards Afdal. Good piece of defending from Joel Colasso. And this time he clears it, but not convincingly. Trijoy with his first chance of the game, and he already makes a mistake. Kwan Gomes now, can he show us some of his midfield magic? He gets past two players but plays it towards Pushkar. Pushkar with a chance plays it towards Joban on the left, and it's a very light touch from him. Disappointing on the left wing. And Churchill Brothers have got to be more convincing if they're going to get themselves an equalizer. Ozan Silva with a good ball towards the right, but Vikas clears it. And that's a very good turn from Aaron Berto. Tries to keep the ball in but isn't able to. Eventually wins himself a free kick. Yagya Kapoor putting the ball into the box, not too deep, and there's a shot eventually ricocheted, but Ozan Silva easily takes it under his wing. Good header again by Alton Vaz. It was Pushkar who took the shot. Kwan Gomes twisting and turning and getting another foul. As we see another substitution from Sporting Club de Goa. Rio Peter Fernandez is making way for the number 3, the defender Myron Fernandez. And it's all happening here. Asif and Stanley exchanging words, exchanging some hands as well, and the referees are coming in to try and stop this altercation between the two players. Unnecessary, really. And everybody moves away. We'll have to see if any of the players do get a yellow. Stanley Fernandez does go into the referee's book. Asif, after that altercation, plays the ball in and it's hit a couple of heads, eventually cleared away by Clive. And Vikas making himself big and conceding a foul against Akiraj Martins. Coach Savio Vaz is asking why only Stanley was shown a yellow card. Asif was also involved in that altercation. Churchill now trying to play it out from the back, not being able to. Girish keeps possession. What's a bit of a high boot, and eventually the shot is smashed from Allen onto Girish, and Girish has gone down. It was quite a heavy impact from a close position. And he seems to be in some discomfort, needing some attention from the physio. Looks like he will be okay. Sporting Club de Goa do know how to get the victories. They are 2 times champions consecutively, so they'll be knowing how to close this game down. But Churchill brothers will definitely want to have their own say. Asif plays it long, he's looking for Afdal, it's cleared away. Kwan Gomes with a shot, but it was not really on. He had Trijoy to the right, and there we see Trijoy says that that pass was on, and eventually Kwan Gomes taking a wayward shot. Jose Silva with the long kick. Vikas plays it to Joburn, who looks for Kwan Gomes with a very heavy touch. Girish now trying to get the ball away. Trijoy gets a touch. Will he beat Allen on pace? Allen very speedy down the left. Passes the ball up. Keenan plays it to Kwan. Kwan with an extravagant ball looking for Aaron Barreto. And Churchill brothers have really got to push up more midfielders towards the final third, attack in numbers, and test out the Sporting Club de Goa defence. Here's Clive, who's playing in the midfield now. Ball is cleared long. Vikas will have Akiraj to deal with, and deals with him well. Stanley now getting the better of Yagya. Stanley on the right. Can he get some space for himself? He does get the space, and he plays it into the box. There's a chance now for Liston. Liston keeps it in, but eventually it does go out. And that was a chance for Sporting Club to go out to double their lead. But Churchill take the goal kick quickly, and possession has been lost. Liston now, he takes a shot from distance, but straight to Nora Fernandez, who plays it to Asif Ali Mullah quickly. And Churchill are on their way once again. Here we see the replay of the shot, but quite comfortable for Nora Fernandez. Clive Miranda very well there to get past Not 1, 2, 3, 4 players, and picking up a good free kick for his side. Showing that he can hold up the ball well in the midfield. He can do it all, it seems. Clive Miranda defending, scoring goals, and even getting past players in the center of the park. Girish plays it towards the left. He's got Allen. Allen plays it just past the post. I'm not sure if he was taking a shot or looking for Akiraj Martins, but it did go quite close to the post. Pushkar does well to keep possession, plays it backwards as we see Allen with the shot, looking for that first post. And a clearance once again from Alton Vaz, who's been very good at the back, keeping Afdal and Aaron Barreto at bay. Kwan Gomes now for Churchill. Can they equalize from this attack? Joban plays it into the box, and not really a convincing ball. Not enough whip on it. Not enough for the strikers to attack. And now Stanley on the counter attack. Loses the ball to Kwan. Keenan plays it to Asif, and Churchill brothers are up with the ball once again. Asif gets past Stanley, plays it to Kwan. Kwan towards the right wing with a good ball. Triljoy now with another loose touch, and he's not getting himself into the game as well as he would have liked. Is the number 14 of Churchill brothers. Girish losing possession. Asif playing it to Pushkar. Too many orange shirts around them. Kwan back to Asif. Asif with a good 1-2. And a good piece of defending again by Alton Vaz. Vikas making some space for himself. Not being able to find Joban properly. And we're inching towards the last 15 minutes here at the Dulair Stadium. So far, Sporting Club de Goa doing what it takes to keep Churchill brothers at bay and keep their clean sheet. Churchill brothers have got to create some more chances. Can they do so here? Kwan Gomes on the ball. Takes the sting out of the attack. Asif trying to work something out, and he has been blocked by Clive Miranda. And a good spot by the referee. And we see Asif trying to play the 1-2, and Clive knowing exactly what he's doing by stopping Asif in his tracks. So we're into the final 15 minutes of regulation time here in match number 15. Kwan gets past Girish and Clive. Kwan looking for Afdal now. Can Afdal set up? And eventually there is a shot from Kwan Gomes, and it just goes wide. Looking to catch out Ozen Silva. But Kwan Gomes, as threatening as always, somehow the ball crept up to him. He's so alert, and he took a shot with his left foot. Probably could have tried to go across the goalkeeper, but snatching at it and not being able to test Ozen Silva, who seemed to have had his right post covered. As we go into the cooling break, and we see the spectators watching the game here at the Dulair Stadium. Churchill brothers fans will be hoping that there's another goal in it. Players are getting refreshed and rehydrated for the last few minutes of this game. It's been quite an interesting watch. In the first half, both the teams cancelled out each other. In the second half, Clive Miranda came on and struck instantly for Sporting Club de Goa. What do we have in store for us in the last 13 minutes of regulation time plus stoppage time? Ozen Silva plays it long. Yagya gets a touch on it. It's a 50-50 ball, and eventually Joburn wins the free kick. So it's a Churchill ball. 13 fouls apiece for Sporting and Churchill. Kwan Gomes coming very close before the water break with a shot which went wide. Can he put a good ball into the box this time round? Kwan Gomes with the ball in. It's quite deep. He's looking for Vikas. Could have struck a hand. There are quite a few calls for handball from the Churchill attackers. But eventually, nothing to it, says referee Deepraj Sankelkar. A reminder that you can catch all the live action of the Selwell Goa Pro League on the Amusi Facebook page and the Amusi YouTube channel. As we see another substitution for Churchill Brothers. Number 31, Joy Quadros.
Just number 7 is replaced by just number 32.
Comes on and he replaces Pushkar, the number 32. In another substitution, Aaron Barreto comes off and he's replaced by Schubert Pereira. So Churchill Brothers doing whatever it takes, making the substitutions necessary to try and get a goal. And that looks like quite a high boot there. Allen didn't really mean for that to happen, but when he was jumping, his trailing leg caught Schubert Pereira, and that's quite a nasty one. There we see him, his head going backwards, and it's quite a dangerous challenge from Allen. He didn't really mean it. And we see Stanley coming off for Sporting Club de Goa. Wasn't as impressive as he was in the last game, but still very threatening was the number 7 for Sporting, and he's replaced by Lloyd Mascarenas. There's another ball in, and Ozen Silva punches it away. Schubert Pereira now with his first involvement in the game. He plays the ball, tries to play into the box. Eventually it is deflected out for a Churchill Brothers corner as we move into the last 10 minutes here at the Dulair Stadium. Will we have some late drama once again here in the Selwell Goa Pro League? Kwan Gomes with the corner for Churchill Brothers. Kwan with the ball into the box. Vikas is there, but so is Alton Vaz, doing very well to defend it. It's played back in by Trijoy, but eventually will be seen away by Sporting. A few tussles in the center, and it looks like Vikas did step on his opponent in the meanwhile. Lloyd Mascarenas clears it away, and the referee has stopped play. I'm not sure if he did spot that stamp from Vikas, and that's what Savio Vaz is trying to tell the referee's assistants. Akiraj Martins is the player who's gone down. As we see the spectators, they find their way to somehow watch the game, whether it's from the stands, whether it's from the wall of the stadium, or whether it's from the comfort of their homes on the Amusi Facebook and YouTube channel. Akiraj Martins looks to be in a bit of pain. As you see the spectators trying to analyze the game, see what happened. Looks like Akiraj will need the stretcher to come off. As we see another substitution for Churchill Brothers. Couple coming on for Joburn.
Substitution for Churchill Brothers. Just number 16, Joburn Adolfo. Replaced by just number 39.
And Akiraj comes off. That's not a sight you want to see. Churchill Brothers, of course, were joint champions of the Goa Pro League in the 1920 season. They are 8-time Goa Pro League champions, but at the moment they are trailing the current champions, Sporting Club de Goa, and we see another yellow card, this time to Trijoy for Churchill. You see with the high boot catching Brandon, and a good call by the referee because that was quite a dangerous challenge from Trijoy. Ozen kicks it upfield. 6+ minutes to go for Churchill to try and get something. Really haven't had many chances in the last few minutes. Afdal with that good chance in the beginning of the second half. Kwan with one shot as well, but nothing really convincing from Churchill after that. They've been in the Sporting half, but Sporting now with a chance to try and seal it. There is a chance. Akiraj almost beating the defenders and getting a shot away, but a good piece of defending, making sure that Akiraj doesn't get his third goal of the campaign. Now there's a chance. Asif for Churchill Brothers. He's played it to Afdal, but Ozin Silva knows that that ball is coming and he was waiting for it on the edge of his penalty area. Very good positioning from the goalkeeper. Vikas with a bit of an awkward clearance. Yagya tries to tidy it up for him. It has struck the hand of the Sporting player. It was Myron. And Sporting Club de Goa could have very easily put this game to bed if Akiraj Martins found the back of the net. Usually so good in those positions, but it was a good piece of defending. Now Joy on the right loses it, but eventually tracks back and gives away a throw-in. Clock is ticking now for Churchill Brothers. Will they face their first defeat of the season? Or will we have some last-minute entertainment here at the Dulere Stadium? 4 minutes of regulation time to go. And another high boot, this time it's from Schubert. He catches Lloyd Mascarenas, and will that be another yellow card from the referee? We'll have to see what he decides. Looks like he's not going to give Schubert the yellow. Here we see the challenge, a very high boot, and Lucky he didn't catch Lloyd Mascarenhas too dangerously. Allen now on the ball for Sporting Club de Goa, who are looking to double their lead, and if they get a goal this late, then it could be curtains for Churchill Brothers. Girish plays the ball deep into the box. It's cleared away and almost fell to the Sporting player, but he couldn't get a shot away, and eventually Kapil being fouled by Akiraj. Ball possession is more towards the side in blue, Churchill Brothers, but the goals column is what matters, and that's where Sporting have the 1-0 lead. Yagya Kapoor now for Churchill Brothers, playing it long, and it did find Kapil, but Joel Colasso has not seen Afdal behind him, and Joel almost thought that Ozan was coming. Ozan is asking him what he was thinking there. Afdal could have just snuck up behind Joel and tapped the ball in. There we see him just waiting, and he didn't know Afdal was coming. If Afdal got ahead of him, then it would have been a really embarrassing moment for Joel Colasso, who has had a very good game so far. Got to be alert in the last few minutes here. Sporting Club de Goa already conceding a late equalizer early on in the campaign to Vasco Sports Club. Churchill trying to replicate that. He's played another long ball in. Kapil trying to get the ball, but it's well kept by Liston Cardozo. Now Clive Miranda plays it towards the right. It's Myron. Myron is looking for the long ball. He's looking for Akiraj. And Vikas doing very well once again, using his long legs to just get ahead of Akiraj. Now he plays a long ball, and it's well taken. And the centre backs deal with it very well. We move into the final minute of regulation time. Another high boot, and it's cleared away from Keenan. Eventually Kapil keeps it in. Afdal putting the pressure, and Allen eventually slips. Afdal with the ball. He's got Kapil, and he's not able to play Kapil in on the right hand side. Liston Cardozo using his pace down the left, and good ball from Lloyd Mascarenhas. He's found Liston Cardozo. Can they wrap it up here? Liston takes a shot, and he had so many people to pass it to, but decided not to. But it will run down the clock, and that's what Sporting Club de Goa will like. Allen slipping and almost giving a chance to Afdal on that occasion. 5 minutes of added time here at the end of the second half. Sporting have the ball, they've lost it. In the meanwhile, there was a tackle, but eventually referee says to play on. Asif with a good header. It goes towards Afdal, but looks like a foul has been called. Are we going to have some last minute dramatics here at the Dulair Stadium? Alan Pixoto has gone down. He did slip initially, not sure if it's because of that. When he did slip, Afdal was through, but Alan tried to hold him back. If he did, he would have probably got a yellow card, so eventually he let him go. But Afdal couldn't find the pass. Can Churchill find the goal that they require to equalize this game? 4 minutes on the clock. Looks like Allen is having a bit of a calf issue, seen to by the physio. And as it stands, Sporting Club de Goa are going to get another 3 points unless Churchill Brothers can do something about it. Kwan plays the ball, it's deep into the box, and eventually it is cleared, but not too far away. It's still in the box. Vikash with the header, but it goes away, and Girish with a wayward clearance will breathe a sigh of relief that header didn't find its way looping into the corner, but Ozen Silva, I'm sure, would have had it covered. Ozen plays the ball long. Good touch from the right hand side, but Lloyd Mascarenhas is onside, but Akiraj was off. Could have been a chance for Sporting to try and get a second goal and put this game to bed. Another chance now for Churchill Brothers. Clive Miranda takes the ball, he's going to run with it, he gets a foul. Unnecessary there from Schubert Pereira, and Sporting Club de Goa are winding the clock down. We can see that Clive Miranda is in a bit of discomfort, but if he comes away with the winning goal of the game, he'll be very happy with his performance, and so will his team. Pushing the barriers of pain and sacrifice. Clive Miranda doing the job for his team. Girish with another ball, this time it's towards the left hand side. Liston Cardozo skips past and he takes a shot, it's gone towards the far end, but not going to trouble Nora Fernandez, and just about 90 seconds to go now for Churchill Brothers if they're going to salvage something from this game. Kwan Gomes now for Churchill, trying to play some passes together, but the Sporting defense is resilient as always, not letting Churchill get into their box and trouble them. It's now do or die for Churchill Brothers. Afdal on the ball, and Afdal gives away a foul. And it looks like that could be it. Churchill Brothers were not able to put a ball into the box on that occasion, and the clock is winding down. Churchill players are getting a little frustrated, and Ozen Silva is asking his players to go upfield. He's going to play it long. He does play it long, eventually it goes out, and is this the last throw of the dice for Churchill Brothers? Afdal heads it in, it's cleared away by Girish. We've gone past the 5-minute mark. Will we have late drama? It is cleared once again by Brandon. The referee has a look at his watch as Vikash says he's going to take a long throw. It's do or die now for Churchill Brothers. Will we see late drama? Vikash with the long throw, he puts it into the box. It's cleared away once, and Afdal tries to go for the header. It's cleared away by Myron, and that could be it. It's put back into the box by Kwan, cleared again. And now Akiraj with a chance to run at the defense, and this could be it. He's got it Lloyd there, and Akiraj pulls up. It looks like he's pulled his hamstring, and that's not good for Sporting Club de Goa. He is their main striker. They are already without Marcus Mascarenhas, and it looks like it is a hamstring injury, which is very disappointing for Akiraj Martins and Sporting Club de Goa. Hopefully he will recover in time for the next game, but that should be it now for the Orange Flames. Digging deep Sporting Club de Goa, and defending very well, making sure that they hold on to this clean sheet. Keeping themselves in the Churchill Brothers half. And there we have it. It's victory and 3 points for Sporting Club de Goa, who get their second win of the season with a 1-0 victory over Churchill Brothers.
Youth Club of Manora at 3:45 p.m. Thank you.
Clive Miranda getting the goal, and the winner coming on from the bench. It's a super sub once again doing the job for Sporting Club de Goa. And Churchill Brothers will be disappointed that they couldn't take anything from this game. They tried hard, but not enough in the final third from them. As we see the statistics brought to you by Instat, 47% ball possession for Churchill Brothers, but that wasn't enough for them to get the goal and equalize. 5 shots on target for them, but not really testing goalkeeper Ozin Silva, who had a good day in post. And eventually it will be all smiles for Sporting Club de Goa. There we see the highlighted red graphic showing Clive Miranda's diving header, which gave them the lead and then the win. And 12 shots eventually from them, but it was the main one from the number 2 that sealed the deal for them. Shots from Churchill Brothers, 17 of them. Afdal with 5, Aaron Breto with 4, Kwan with 2, Saurav Mandal and Pushkar with 2 each. But all these shots eventually counted for nothing, as they didn't really test Ozin Silva and force him to make any really tough saves. Quite a few fouls all over the park. 19 for Sporting Club de Goa. 3 for Akiraj Allen and Liston Cardozo. But they won't mind as long as they've come away with the 3 points. There we see the fouls for Churchill Brothers. All over the park once again. And that brings us to a close for today's game. Courtesy of a solitary goal from Clive Miranda, Sporting Club de Goa pick up a 1-0 victory over Churchill Brothers. That's it for today. My name is Liam Bain. Thank you for watching, and join us again tomorrow for some more action at the Selwell Goa Pro League.